Well, this posting every day might end up being a little harder than I expected. But it was a busy couple of days here once we got out to Virginia here, near Washington, D.C. And we were able to meet up with Brother Mike Walls, who's the pastor up here at the church that we were helping with their sound system, and met a couple really great guys. We got to go, first of all, let's do the first day there. We got in, and Friday evening we were going to go in and meet the main tech crew guys, which was Brother Roger and Brother Carlos, and so that wasn't until evening, so we had the day to kind of kill a little bit. And so we got to go to the Air and Space Museum, and I talked a little bit about that day we were going. So on Friday we went, and it was just amazing. I love airplanes. I always wanted to be a pilot, and have been a flight enthusiast for a long time. I got to see this is the second time I've been able to see an SR-71, the Blackbird, and got to get up really nice and close to it. It was really great. Obviously, those are some of my favorite planes, being as fast as they are, although they're not used anymore. And then probably the biggest highlight of the day was being able to get close to the shuttle Discovery, the space shuttle. And we were right up to it, and there was at the Air and Space Museum there at Dulles was this guy just walked up to us and started talking to us, and he was one of the museum staff, and man, he just knew everything about the flights of that plane and had every answer that we asked. And when they moved that Discovery back, it had done so many missions, I can't remember, 30 some missions or something like that into space. And when it landed its last time coming down from space, the museum asked if they could leave everything in place, that they could possibly leave everything the way it was when it landed, when it came out of space, so that you can see the burn marks from the heat from them re-entering the atmosphere. You can see the skid marks on the tires where it landed and hit. And it's just phenomenal. He explained the whole process of how it goes up and it's in orbit and flying around at some ridiculous 17,000 miles an hour or something like that. And it's upside down and flying backwards while it's going around the Earth, or it's upside down at least. And then they use when they're getting ready to re-enter, they use the little thrusters that they have to turn it around, flip it over and turn it around, so that they're coming in on some kind of glide. And then they slowly start to they're continuously falling, because orbit is continually falling as long as they can keep that speed. But they flip it over and fire those thrusters, which slows them down a little bit, so the gravity begins to pull them towards Earth. And then they flip it back over and basically glide down and land the thing with no thrust at all. So they're just falling, and they have to land it with no thrust. It's a phenomenal thing, and I was just fascinated by that. Man and I got to get up nice and close to it. We saw a little video there, and Brother Mike was gracious enough. He took care of everything, took us in there and really took care of us, and it was awesome. And then I got to see a Concorde up close. I've never seen a Concorde up close, so that was a little bit of history that was up close. And the Angola Gay was there. Angola Gay was the other plane that dropped one of the two bombs, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And I've seen both of those planes, one in Dayton and one here, and I've seen both of those now, the bombers. So that was really fascinating, and I had such a great time. And here comes the wife, and we have a nice evening planned. But essentially, after that, then we went over to the church, and we met with Carlos and Roger, and we did a bunch of just assessment on what was happening with the sound system. Did some training and on EQ and compression and a lot of different things that their system could do. And then the next morning, all of the sound crew came, sound and video crew came, and along with Roger and Carlos, and we did training for about 4 hours in the morning with the sound and video people handling mostly sound. And then after the training we did, as part of the training, we set the system up and got it working the way it's supposed to be working and everything. And then the musicians came in the afternoon, and we talked to the musicians for a while and did some things there, and then we had them do a line check and a sound check. Everything sounded really good. And yesterday we had service with them, and other than a couple little hiccups here and there, everything went really well. So today we were supposed to go to DC and see the sights a little bit, and a great snowstorm landed here. And so we have been, it's now 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're just venturing out. My lovely wife, we're going on a date night because I made reservations at a restaurant that we've wanted to go to for a while in DC. So pray for us. We're hoping to get through the roads and everything, and we're hoping they're not closed when we get there. We can't get anybody on the phone at this restaurant, and they have an automated system that does all that work for them. So anyway, we're going through the rough roads. You can hear the ice and snow. I'm gonna try to turn here for a second. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're headed into DC. Hopefully our White House passes, which we're supposed to see the White House tomorrow, and hopefully we are able to do that. And if they cancel that, then we'll probably just head home. But if they don't, we'll hang around tomorrow and maybe see some of the sights and everything. So that's what was happening today.